What's going on? Ready to go live? Oh, we live, y'all. We live, y'all. Hey, we know about the time. We know we said 7 o'clock, but we got families and we got shit to do and stuff came up. So hey, we here. Um, yeah, just loading up, being situated, and learn how to be a lot more flexible. We might have some set in our mind, but if it doesn't happen, let's learn to flow with life. No right or wrong, no rushing. Okay. All right. Let our like equipment boot up here as we get situated here. Can I ask you a question, y'all?
Yeah.
Well, energy. How you feeling, man? It's just, oh man, living that life of utopia, man. The utopia is your idea what you think perfection is. So I'm in utopia right now.
I'm definitely in YouTube.
Okay. And this chapter here is so hard. You know what? I ain't gonna fall, but I'm gonna take a time and do my part and bring my chalkboard out here because something I want to see on that board. So just chill. Y'all holler at y'all for a second. We get situated. Whatever come to your mind, holler at them.
I forgot I looked up these two words, germane and positive.
Yeah, we need to have somebody with a dictionary. Look up something.
Right.
Can you Google that, please?
Google, Google please.
But that makes a part of it. But that's not sure.
Right.
It's coming together.
Germane. Yes, I thought that's what it meant.
Huh?
Yeah, I was looking up. I looked it up. Positive. Presence of something only in small or insignificant nuance. Scarce.
Let me see if they can see the board here. What's the height of it?
Hey, you got that on your phone.
Uh-huh. Okay, we can see the board, but can't see my head. We can raise it up a little bit. So I can do this right here like that. So, and then when it comes to you, let me see if I need to lean it down. Where are you? So if I do something like so, oh, that's showing all your little goodies down there. All your little pencils and pens and everything. You want people that much exposure to you?
Okay.
They can. Y'all see it live and acting, so we can come around here. Okay. All right. I guess that when we come to the board, we have to adjust it so it's the right height, but not too low. Check out the merch. Okay. All right. How you feeling? What you thinking? What you doing? What you thinking? What you thinking? What's going on with you? I see your head moving over there. You thinking about something? Oh, is it? Oh, it's gonna have to be accessible to touch because people sure be trying to say things, don't they? Okay, I know you be reading certain things from it.
What's that?
You know when people be commenting on here?
Oh.
Yeah. So you still gotta have it. All right, we can adjust it. We flexible. We malleable. All right.
Well,
You mean consciously?
yeah.
I mean in right now. Oh, you getting her. She just woke up, y'all. Yeah, just woke up. So we can vibe me. You wanna wake up a little bit? They can vibe me a little bit as we wake up in production, man. When you There's a thing about it. I don't believe in chasing a dream because you chasing something means it's running from you. I want to draw or magnetize what's in it for me. The pursuit is guaranteed, but catching isn't. So I'm not in pursuit of a motherfucking thing. I'm in the attraction. I have the mental equivalent for a higher vibration that I actually need to proceed and transcend the mind to higher, a higher quality of vibration, what they call ether. Oh, they upset. I ain't start on time today. Oh, they were looking for. They thought it ain't here. I give us some time, man. Why my stuff ain't working over here? Yeah. We can use this as a time of silence and meditation just to acclimate. I think we can do that. Let them see you on your phone, all that kind of good stuff. See what's going on. So my Facebook don't want to let me in, right? Okay, so let me go see if I got my YouTube here. We live. Cameraman, slow down with your speed a little bit. There we go. Now swivel, baby. Keep making me waste my yak, baby. Slow down them turns, baby. Pink it, purple nigga. Man, it was so crazy. I seen this dude in real life one day. My uncle had he was doing something for breast cancer. I'm in the bathroom at the urinal. I turn around, it's him. All I said, "That's Pinker, nigga." Like, oh my god, my bad, dog. It's really the actual dude. He was there.
Really?
Yes, and I saw him. I could do no but like do my pinky impression.
He probably
He looked at me like,
heard.
I asked him, Linda. I said, "Listen, man. You know what? I was in the bathroom, dog. I apologize. Like, he caught me off guard. I was expecting you to be Pinky, so it naturally came out. I said, how you doing, today, brother? Like, it was so hilarious. He like, man, there's one more nigga coming to me on the motherfucking Pinky, nigga.
He done play about 7,000 movies.
Right, that's the number. Okay, we live, y'all. Oh, see, thank you. You know we was coming on. You know we was coming. Thank you for that subscriber. Let us get our the subscriber. Yeah. Oh, they're on YouTube. Okay, we got somebody from YouTube watching. I thank you two for joining. We trying to work on the Facebook. We were just trying to wait you to wait. We were actually waiting for you to join. So thank you for joining. Now we can go. We want to start. Oh, two people on join. Okay, we vibing. Somebody must be on Facebook. Comment here. Oh, three people. That's you too. All right, we clean clangy. Okay, let's vibe for a second. We're gonna work on our time, Mother Earth time, man. Like, us as artists is sometimes we might have a time in our mind, but when divine timing take over, it just we gotta flow with it, the flexibility, gotta roll with that thing, take the bluntness off of it. I ain't saying you're not gonna get punched, but I take it off and give it back. You using that. All right. So you ready to kick this thing off? Yes, sir. Okay. So last week we left off on chapter 9, right? The powers patterns in human attitudes, they call them human attitudes, right? Yeah, what you took from that last chapter? What stuck out to you in your mind from last chapter? The power patterns in human attitudes. Where's the higher vibration, lower vibration? What has a book called page?
Polarity.
Yeah, page 168. We were speaking about the opposite of awareness is preoccupied. So you're not aware, you're preoccupied with thoughts. So just kind of bringing a clarity to that, actually understanding sometimes we are actually self sabotaging ourselves with our thoughts. The things we're thinking are on point and not actually on point, and we're attracting things of that vibration. Because my office is outside, I apologize. I love it in nature.
You know what this reminded me of?
I'm listening.
I remember someone telling me how in the English language, when sentences and words are said, it's like you're downing the person, or going, not speaking life into the person. So, for example, if you drop something, it's like, why you did that, and in Spanish, it's like, oh, it fell. You know what I'm saying? Like
taking the blame off of you why you did that, basically. Yeah. But that's all in our culture how we're being brought up, So, but if we got wounded parents or wounded caretakers, they can't help but pass on that woundedness. I agree with you 10,000%. And what kind of stuck out to me in this chart was righteousness and being impartial. A lot of times we speak about being righteous, meaning I have to be right. That means the other person's opinion really doesn't have any validation, because I express my theses, you express your theses, and if our theses, not feces, if our thoughts are different, our theses, if our thoughts are different, you're trying to convince me to look at it with your way. No, that's righteous. We'll be impartial, allowing you to own and have your own thoughts without trying to persuade you my way. So that was my one. That was my word, impartial and righteousness. What was something that kind of threw you for a little body shot?
Mm-hmm.
So my Facebook won't let me log on. So my Facebook people, please, if y'all can, go to YouTube and log on. I would definitely want to hear your feedback. I'm waiting on y'all to respond to me.
I also got it open here too.
Say it again.
I also got it open here too.
What? Facebook? So you can see what's going on then. Cause I don't know, it's giving me YouTube, but it's not giving me Facebook. I definitely won't be able to correspond with with my people who are my consumers, consuming this wonderful information for the spirit. I need to log on to. Okay, it's trying to kick on, but that's part of it, man. Like I'm being very impartial. I'm gonna stay aloof. I'm not gonna get belligerent. You know, just understand that things happen. Things happen. Um, I can't wait till I get y'all in the screen or in person. We have like a live conversation and get y'all feedback. Like, are you taking this book serious? Or are you just kind of looking through it? 'Cause I mean, if you really take it serious, it's really life changing because it gives you a different perspective and a different angle to look at the hologram, what we call life or matrix or the illusion we call our belief system that was given to us to take away our inner power. This helps you give your power back to give you a comparison to, is it force, which is below 200, or is it power that's above 200 and actually maintains itself? You found the word yet, y'all, that you want to talk about from page I last chapter before we start reading?
Oh, I was supposed to. Oh,
I was
pick a
asking,
word.
yeah, because I said what kind of caught me off, what kind of woke me up slightly was impartial and righteousness. The difference between those.
Well, to be honest with you,
Please.
what stuck out to me wasn't necessarily. Yeah, I did. Some words did stick out to me, but I wanted to bring up the point of the power patterns
Okay.
when you drew out the frequency chart.
Oh, gotcha. The frequency chart.
And
Okay.
how the some of the words can be low vibration,
Mm-hmm.
which is down here, and some of the words are high vibration. So you want to
Stay with the high.
stay with the high vibrational words.
Gotcha. Okay, so since you said, let me bring out to the board then. Let me give you an illustration. So we see in pictures. Let me see when I get here. Okay. Right here, I'm getting you a zoom in this camera. Okay. We are speaking about right here. So this is center line right here. Once again, it's center line. And with a frequency, it's up and down. So we want to keep a high vibration, not a low vibration. Not judging or gauging it, but we need this pattern to be up and down for the rhythm. If we flatline for the heart, that means we stop breathing, stop living. So we want to be living, but we want to maintain right here on that high side. We understand it's going to be low, but once we have the mental equivalent, we will stay on the higher side of the frequency of that rhythm. That's the point you're getting, y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Which is above what frequency?
Above 200. Right. You want to be anything below that line is below 200. We want to stay. Oh, that's another angle there. Am I looking at the camera? That's crazy. Okay. Bring it back.
Bring it back.
Oh, yeah, hit me. I mean, oh, that's too bad. So, yeah, I want to be able to talk in your ear and talk so you can understand what it is the point we're making. Okay. So, you got Facebook on your phone? Which one is that?
Oh, you got it up.
No, that's YouTube.
Oh.
Which one is this?
Facebook.
Somebody on Facebook, so they come and you better see?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see. No problem.
Oh, I don't know if that's the group. Oh, that's your.
You put it in the group? Which one is this right here from?
No, that's still page.
Oh, Numbers Thought Wellness?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody live there too. Okay. And this right here is, I ain't got a low battery. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Womp womp. Okay, we working this thing. We got 4 people live.
That's cool.
Okay. Close. Okay, we got 2 people here, 4 people total. Live chat up and go. Okay, so y'all, what you saying? Will you complete what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay.
I did.
Gotcha. So, without further ado, chapter 15. And the reason why I moved to different chapters because this isn't somebody Peter. What's up, Pete? Glad you joined, brother. This is not a chapter book. We can skip from chapter to chapter to get an understanding. And first I want to show you actually what's behind What frequency you on when you allow anger, fear, that's low 200 to be in your body, and then the human attitude behind it, like what's going on with it. And now, chapter 15 is genius and the power of creativity. So we think genius is based on the IQ, you can remember math or remember something else. It's not based on that.
1 second, y'all.
Yeah, no second. The chalkboard trying to leave me, y'all.
It's just
Yeah, this. You just rock back a little bit.
right.
Okay. Gotcha. Y'all still with me? Live action, man. We don't edit a motherfucking thing. So, like I was saying, this speaks about the genius and the power of creativity. And once you read this chapter, you can better recognize the genius within yourself, enabling you to see genius in other people. So we gonna. Can you got enough light? Anything you want to say before we start?
For those who don't know, um, I guess you mentioned it about the frequency, about the chart staying above 200. You mentioned that already.
Yes, but you can mention it again. You can reiterate if it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, it's never too much information because it's something new to them. And that's basically speaks about each. Well, you can explain it because you brought it up.
What's that, the chart?
Yes, because it resonates with you. It's on page 101, the energy levels. That's what you're speaking about, right? Right here. Fear is 100. That you talking about?
Yes, with the chart.
Yes. Oh, the chart, not the writing. Oh, with the chart, the arrows that's above it.
So I think that's
319.
So basically, each emotion that we carry has a frequency.
Right. I don't know if you can see it.
And the frequencies go from 20, which is shame. So if you're carrying around shame, your frequency is all the way down at 20. And the highest is 1,000, which is enlightenment. So this book is really good to learn what frequency you should stay in. And also, what feeds you can help with uh, heightening your frequency from what you eat. Everything has a frequency. From what you watching, everything has a frequency. From what you're thinking, and the things that you need to heal from has frequency.
Without further ado, chapter 15.
Ready for me to read?
Yes.
Okay. Chapter 15, Genius and the Power of Creativity. Creativity and genius are the center of powerful high energy attractors. No human talents are more germane to the creation of new M fields or the unfoldment of the enfolded universe. In fact, these are the explicit domain of creativity and genius.
Hold it there for a second. A new word, M fields. M fields is like the collective database of consciousness that's way, way beyond space. That no matter what you think, no matter what you do, it's been stored. Like for a while, they thought you couldn't run a mile under 4 minutes. Once somebody broke that record, everybody started doing it. But it was a myth. They thought they couldn't do it. So when he broke that 4 minute mile record, he broke that M field, which is way in the stratosphere, within the ether. So M fields is what keeps our consciousness in it. We keep thinking positive, higher vibration. It keeps feeding that M field. It's like your consciousness bank. You more you put in it, the more you get out. Make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Continue.
Yet these closely allied processes remain shrouded in mystery. There is a paucity of information about the essential nature of either creativity or genius. Human history is the record of man's struggle to comprehend truths which to those of genius appear obvious. Genius is by definition a style of consciousness characterized by the ability to access high energy attractor patterns. It is not a personality characteristic. It is not something that a person has or even something that that someone is.
Can you read that again, please? Genius is by definition
Genius is by definition a style of consciousness characterized by the ability to access high energy attractor patterns.
Okay, pause. You say the ability to access higher energy attractor pattern. Like hell, how the fuck I access them? Within my mind. I have to clear my mind. Anything that's lower than really 500, I gotta get out of reason. I have to have a attractive factor that's above that to be able to attract that. Because remember, if you have a high vibration, you're not gonna want to vibe with nobody that's lower vibration because you're jeopardizing your vibration. The same thing. Don't blow my vibe. Use that same mentality, that same statue, and use it to the spiritual world. Don't blow that vibe. If your vibe low, that higher vibe won't vibe with you. Why? You wouldn't do it. Why should it? You did.
It is not a personality characteristic. I'm right?
Yes.
Okay. It is not something that a person has or even something that someone is.
You heard that?
Mm.
Read that one more time. I think they got that.
It is not a personality characteristic. It is not something that a person has or even something that a person is.
Mm.
Those in whom we recognize genius commonly disclaim it. A universal characteristic of genius is humility. The genius has always attributed his insights to some higher influence.
Pause for a second. Y'all talking, oh, he's so high, he's so there. If I'm not high, how can I reach higher attractive patterns? If you low, if you depressed, if you angry, all those are low attractive factors. If you're willingness, if you're open, if you're loving the joy, that's higher attractive factors. So guess what? Get high. Stop getting so low. And what it says is it's not a characteristic, it's for anybody. It's not something that you have or is. It's just what you can be if you allow it to shine through you and got that ego.
And it also says that a genius usually disclaims them being a genius, and they usually uh, attribute it to something that's higher than themselves,
Facts,
or
facts,
think
facts.
that's higher. Okay, the process of animating genius most commonly involves first formulating a question and waiting an indefinite interval for consciousness to work with the problem. Then suddenly the answer appears in a flash.
Can you read that again, please? Please.
The process of animating genius most commonly involves first formulating a question and waiting and int- and waiting an indefinite interval for consciousness to work with the problem.
Okay, pause for a second. You heard it said waiting. We're too fast. We trying to do it with manpower. Waiting means sitting still and allowing yourself to be poured into, to see the resolve, to have a revelation. But we so busy in a rush on to do it. If you calm down, sit your ass down somewhere, stop moving so much, and be poured into, it's gonna be shown to you once you take your mind off that situation. Attract higher patterns by allowing yourself to free flow and feel it. Read the next pattern paragraph, please, from the butt the head wide open. I already know. Mm-hmm.
Then suddenly the answer appears in a flash, in a form that you said next paragraph.
No, the next sentence. I mean, I apologize.
In a form that is characteristically nonverbal.
Mm.
Great musicians throughout history have stated that they did not plan their music, but rather wrote down what they heard finished within their own minds.
Oh, please, can this? I ain't gotta say it. Read that, please, again. No, y'all artists, listen to this.
We're geniuses, y'all.
Right.
Great musicians throughout history have stated that they did not plan their music, but rather wrote down what they heard finished within their own minds. The father of organic chemistry, F.A. Kekule, saw the pattern of the carbon ring organic nucleus in a dream. In an illuminated moment, Albert Einstein had the revolutionary insight that then took him years to translate in probable mathematics. Indeed, one of the main problems of genius is how to transform that which is perceived in one's private understanding into a visible expression that is comprehensible to others.
Oh man, did y'all hear that? You hear the task of that? You gotta take something that only you can see, only you can relate to, and now I'm gonna put it in this tangible world other people can relate to too. You see the patience you gotta have to be set and poured into, but you see the blessing that you have that someone trying to pour into you too.
Mm-hmm.
But you see the ignorance that we have that we're moving way too fucking much to be poured into. You know why? Because I got it. I got attitude of I got it and can nobody do bad to me. And I'm burning myself out on both ends. I understand, I get it. But once you get it, you can sit still and let it get you. Make sense? So now you become a magnet and start attracting people, places, things like this book club here wake you up to yourself and give you back your power. Stop using so much force.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The revelation itself is usually complete and self explanatory to the person who receives it, but to make it so to others may take a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give a quick example.
Please.
When I was in school for music, remember I told you
Yes.
I was in school for music and I had this beat in my head.
Mm.
And I was sitting there for hours trying to figure out how to get it out. And that's how I knew that making beats wasn't for me because I got so frustrated. And I'm very creative, but that right there, mm-mm. And like I said, you get a download, but it may take forever to get it out. Okay, so genius thus seems to proceed from sudden revelation rather than from conceptualization.
Mm.
But there is an unseen process involved. Hmm. Although the genius's mind may appear stalled and frustrated with the problem, what it is really doing is preparing the field. There is a struggle with reason that eventually leads, like a Zen cone, to a rational impasse, impasse from which the only way forward is by a leap from a lower to a higher attractor energy pattern.
Can
See,
you read that
this is
again
where
when
I
you get finished?
stopped.
Oh, that was your
I
thought?
stopped
Okay.
up here.
Gotcha.
Oh, they just gave a solution.
Yeah, read that one more time so they can hear what you're saying.
The
No, there was a struggle with
there's
uh-huh.
there is a struggle with reason that eventually leads, like a Zen cone, to a rational impasse
Mm-hmm.
from which the only way to forward is by a leap from a lower to a higher attractor energy pattern.
You heard that? You have to leap from a lower pattern to a higher pattern. It's level to this shit, yo. Don't believe it ain't. I ain't talking about stairway to heaven. You got different levels in your house. First level, second level. So we just think it's just for us. Oh, come on, man. Stop the shenanigans. Open your brain up, man. Close your mouth and open your brain. Release that foolishness out your heart so it can be poured into. A closed heart can't be poured into, or nothing can be taken out of a closed heart. Open your heart, man. Did you finish that chapter?
Yes.
Anything you want to add to that?
Um, no, wow.
So now you should the next paragraph for the answer. Is that what you saying?
You talking about the next one after?
No. Where you
This
at?
one,
Yes.
this one, yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, it basically gave me it told me what I would have had to do was to have a leap of lower to higher attractor energy pattern, for me to be able to get that.
And how and okay, since you talking about you, what helped you shift from a lower vibration to a higher vibration? What helped you with that leap within yourself? How you know what time you leap?
I was I had to admit and be aware that I was very unhappy and that something needed to change because I had to like just sit still and like really like think like I'm unhappy. The fuck is this?
Right. Self-analyzation.
Yes.
Not easy, man.
Yes.
Yeah, so you had to own your shit.
I had to own my shit, and it's not easy, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
And shit stand for your stress, your health, your intuition, and your time. Once you manage them for your shit, you'll see a whole lot clearer. Manage your shit. You want me to read something? You good?
Up to you.
I don't want to take nothing from
you.
Next paragraph, please.
Yes. Attractor energy patterns have harmonics.
Now we getting deep.
Attractor energy patterns have harmonics. as do musical tones. The higher frequency, the harmonic, the higher the power.
Read that again.
Attractor energy patterns have harmonics, as do music tones. The higher frequency, the harmonic, the higher the power. What the genius arrives, what the genius arrives at is a new harmonic. Wow, I feel it.
Right.
Every advance in human consciousness has come through a leap from a lower attractor pattern to a higher harmonic.
Rewind.
Every advance in human consciousness has come through a leap from a lower attractor pattern to a higher harmonic.
It's talking about consciousness. It's talking about physical. You have to leap from a lower consciousness to a higher consciousness. Check out the verb plate. Your consciousness, not physical, but your spiritual.
You'll feel it physically. So posing the original question activates an attractor. The answer lies within its harmonic. This is why it is said that the question and the answer are merely two sides of one coin, and that one cannot pose a question unless the answer is already exists. Otherwise, there would be no pattern from which the question could be formulated.
Pause for a second. This is the best way to look at non-duality. We have a head and a tail. That doesn't make two coins. The head and the tail combined makes one coin. You have to accept your whole self. Your sun sign, your moon sign, your ascending sign, your happy self, your unhappy self. Accept yourself in whole totality. Stop separating yourself and start putting yourself in different parts. That's a situation that takes us away from that feeling of the Most High's grace, Most High's joy, the Most High's blissness. You actually living in hell. You so busy in hell, once you enjoy heaven, heaven is hell. Higher vibration. Hell is lower, but I've been to hell. It's not fun. I'm in heaven right now. I'm above 500. I'm above reason. I'm on joy. I'm on bliss. I'm on 1,000. Next, please.
Recognized geniuses may be rare, but genius resides within all of us.
Start it over, please. G. Louise.
Recognized geniuses may be rare, but genius resides within all of us. There is no such thing as luck.
Right.
Lucky bitch.
Right. Lucky motherfucker.
Or accident in this universe. And not only is everything connected to everything else, but no one is excluded from the universe.
No one is excluded. You might, because you think you are, that don't mean you are. Because your thoughts ain't even your thoughts. So, shh. All right. And that's fact.
And it affects everyone.
Pretty much. We are oneness. You'll see.
We are one.
Continue, please.
We are all members.
It just said it. Members only, baby.
Consciousness is a universal quality, like the quality of physicality.
Oh, start over, please. Please. Catch
we are
people.
all members. Consciousness is a universal quality, like the quality of physicality.
If you're physical, you gotta have a consciousness. It's common. You make it uncommon because it wasn't taught to you. It wasn't in your household. It was something taken from you so you don't see you. Now it's time for you to get your power back and go above that lower belief system, but your ego got you in. That they can't fathom that you see different blessings coming your way. Can't fathom that dreams come true for other people because now the mental equivalent. I'm a prime example of my life, how I mentally saw myself where I want to be. And guess where I'm at? Where I mentally want to be. Yeah, they call me bipolar, aggressive tendency. I'm a felon. Everything they're saying that if you get, you should make it. I'm here. 13 concussions later, man. I ain't telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I felt within my ear. So whisper. Next, man.
Because genius is a characteristic of consciousness, genius is also universal. That which is universal is therefore theoretically available to every man.
It's for everybody, baby.
For everybody.
Everybody. Stop trying to be stingy with it. Give everybody, cuz. Universal pimping, baby. Stop trying to keep it for yourself, man. Let it flow. Let it go, baby. No.
That which is universal is therefore theoretically
Nah, you did need to read it again, please.
That which is universal is therefore theoretically available to every man. The processes of creativity and genius are inherited in human consciousness. Mm. Inasmuch as every human
inherited, you said?
Inherited.
Oh man. Come on. Push it and push it. Yeah. There you go.
Hey, how you doing? You keep going?
Yes, please.
Okay. Inasmuch as every human has within himself the same essence of consciousness, genius is a potential that resides within everyone.
Say it again.
It says, inasmuch as every human has within himself the same essence of consciousness.
You want to sit right here? I can get you on camera too. Bring your chair right here. Yeah. Get comfortable. Go ahead.
Genius is a potential that resides within everyone.
You slide that camera over for me, please. Oh, my bad. I'm talking all over you.
No, it's okay. It's cool. Hello.
You get another light. I got you. No problem. Sure.
Okay. It was the genius is a potential that resides within everyone. You want a book?
Oh yeah. Huh?
I'll ask him if you want a book.
Oh, you got an extra book in that, don't it? Yeah. Boy, what? Let's go something. I need to order some more, but I'm.
Yeah. Okay. It awaits only the right circumstances to express itself.
It's like 2:18, 2:19. Perfect. Thank you.
2:19.
2:19. Okay, she reached. You got enough light for you to see?
Yeah, I got. Oh, yeah, I'm perfect.
Let me go back.
All right.
All right. So 2:19. Right now we are the second paragraph.
Genius is often expressed.
The processes of creativity.
Oh yeah. Process of. Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna read that part over.
Okay, perfect.
The processes of creativity and genius are inherited in human consciousness, inasmuch as every human has within himself the same essence of consciousness. Genius is a potential that resides within everyone. So we're talking about being a genius.
Yeah.
It resides in everyone. It awaits only the right circumstances to express itself. Oh gosh, that's deep. Okay.
Read that over again, please. I came on the back end. I need to be reread.
Okay, inasmuch as every human has within himself the same essence of consciousness, genius is a potential that resides within everyone. It awaits only the right circumstances to express itself. Each of us has had moments of genius in our lifetime, perhaps only known to ourselves or to those closest to us. We suddenly make a brilliant move or decision, or say exactly the right thing at the right moment without really knowing why. Sometimes we would like to congratulate ourselves for these fortuitous events, but in truth, we really do not know from whence they come.
What happened?
Moth.
Oh, insects, they're attacking. You Mother Nature, what you expect?
Okay, so um, genius is often expressed through a change of perception.
Say that again.
Genius is often expressed through a change of perception.
Whoa, we were talking about that last week, right?
Yes.
Your perception. Where's your perception come from? I got asked that question a lot of times. Like, where you get your perception from? Like, yeah, that's a part. So you got to change your perception. How that sound to you, Pete?
Sounds perfect. Sounds exactly. So it sounds exactly what has been coming to me recently. Is that perception? Just a slight shift in perception can change everything. So, may I read this one?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I was feeling it. Genius is often expressed through a change of perception, a change of context or paradigm. The mind struggles with an insoluble problem, poses a question, and is open to receive an answer. The source from which this answer comes has been given many names, varying from culture to culture and from time to time. In the arts of Western civilization, it has traditionally been identified with the Greek goddesses of inspiration called the Muses. Those who are humble and grateful for illumination continue continue to have the capacity to access genius.
Can you read that again, please? That was deep. I don't think people really caught on. That's something new to their ears. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Their ego fighting with them right now. Like what? They who?
The source from which this answer comes has been given many names, varying from culture to culture and from time to time. In the arts of Western civilization, it has traditionally been identified with the Greek goddesses of inspiration called the Muses. Those who are humble and grateful for illumination received continue to have the capacity to access genius.
Say it again. They are
humble
grateful
and grateful. Humble and grateful.
Wow.
For illumination received continue to have the capacity to access genius. I want to say something about being humble. Recently, I've been allowing myself to humble myself, and I realized that humility is not it's not, I think, always what we think it is, but also to like, it's being okay with knowing that you don't know.
Right.
Because I think a lot of arrogance comes from an ignorance of how ignorant we actually are, and not ignorant in a negative sense, in a negative connotation, but just truly not knowing. Like that's okay. And I think that's a big. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay not to know, and I think that's a big step I've been making too. Is like, so it's okay. I've been seeing in me is that it's okay to not know.
Yeah, that's how you
know that you don't know.
Right.
There's so much you don't know.
Right, and that's the only way you're going to be able to seek. Because when you seek, you shall find. So if you know that you don't know, then you'll be able to seek.
Right. What to find.
Right.
But it's so wonderful though that you have to go through your life, understand what you don't want. So when you understand, run through what you do want, like, oh snap, that's what it is. That's definitely what it is.
Right.
Facts.
That's facts. You gonna get y'all off camera what we're doing too. We setting the mood right. We got our sage burning.
Right, yeah, it smells good.
Yeah, get the senses going. You're relaxing. Woosah. And not like online, but come in person, baby.
I gotta say this is nice.
What is the first time to the new resort?
Yeah, it's a resort. Yeah, man, it's a resort. I love it. Those who are humble and grateful for illumination received continue to have the capacity to access genius. Those who arrogate the inspiration to their own ego soon lose this capacity or are destroyed by their success.
Dang.
Those who arrogate the inspiration of their own ego soon lose this capacity or are destroyed by their success. High power, like high voltage, must be handled with respect.
High power, like high voltage. That also gave me a conviction too. I don't get too goddamn big headed.
Right. I mean, we talked about not to bring in the Bible, but to bring in the Bible. How Paul was the seer of the Gentiles, and he was saying, look, if the Most High took him off the man of the olive tree and brought y'all on, imagine what do to y'all. So about being humble yourself, they were used to make her just come back to our true God. And they got cocky with it. You get cocky with it, they're gonna take it from you. To what just said. From a frequency level, y'all were used as bait, and y'all acting like y'all the roots. Y'all a branch with the roots. Y'all were grafted in.
Right.
Grafted in, you're not from the organic tree.
Right.
You were used as bait to make us jealous. So we envious of y'all. We don't know why, because y'all got our God. We're talking about the Ish people. The Jew-ish people that I'm talking about. The Ishness. Y'all something like tribe of Judah. The sun was so hot back then, it was over 20-something degrees. Their skin can't handle it. Non-human, non-hue skin can't handle that type of temperature. Impossible. So y'all can't be from when y'all said y'all was. Because the climate, y'all know structure geographically, your body can't handle that.
It's science.
It can't happen. Like it's not what it is. But once you know who you are, by getting back in your power, like, oh, I can release myself from the matrix. Get out of y'all system. Now I can see myself. I can feel myself, because that world is based on force. This is sitting in my power, which is gravity. I'm not the fish. I'm the ocean with the fish swim in. The ocean is the power. The fish is the force. So once that, oh no, ocean, like I'm chilling, cuz what I gotta do? Just be. The fish got to do the work. I'm just carrying around the floor in that way. So once we see that, we can release ourselves off that hook. Make sense?
Yeah.
And that's facts. Anything else when nobody want to say?
Facts.
Yeah, right. It ain't about. It's a conversation.
I like had some experiences. I think even friends have shared experience recently. I like irrigate inspiration. I want to look that up because I don't know what irrigate means.
I don't know how you irrigate like a garden or something. You irrigate it, make way for irrigation, so it be watered and fed irrigation. Yeah, that nature. Yeah.
Inspiration to the own ego is like sometimes even when you're feeling very aligned and you have those you on a high wave, it's like not attaching yourself to the high wave because it's just a high wave. We in the ocean. Feel me? So like we're riding a wave of the grander ocean, and sometimes we get on those highs where it's like, oh, this is dope. You want to hold on to it, but it's like, yo, lows are coming to, not low in the negative sense, but it's the natural flow of life.
We kind of root on the board right there, the rhythm right there, the same passive frequency that you're on.
Frequency, and that's just how it is.
That's the flow of it.
And like recently with friends and myself, even this week, I was like, oh, don't get too attached to things. Like, okay, this is it. I'm riding this and I'm riding that. But then sometimes I think this saying that we identify with that high, like, oh, I created this high.
Yeah.
That's where like
the ego kick in.
Yeah, you think you God in that sense. But nah, we all just where the impulses come.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. You finished that chapter, P?
I just finished that.
I think you did. I wasn't following. I'm asking. I don't know.
Oh, asking me if I
did. You finish it? It's the next chapter.
No, I don't think it's the next chapter. No.
You finished. I'm saying you finished the whole chapter you was reading just now.
The paragraph.
The paragraph I finished.
Yeah, I finished the paragraph.
It broke down a smaller paragraph. That's why I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's because it's so thick.
Right.
It's like thick soup. Okay, there's a lot of
different words. Okay. So we broke that one down and make plain. It says irrigate the ego. Like we keep talking about it. Next paragraph, y'all. Please.
Genius and creativity then are subjectively experienced as a witnessing. It is a phenomenon that bypasses the individual self or ego. The capacity to finesse.
Ooh, start over, please. Please, you try to fly through that just then. Please rewind that one. They need to hear it again.
It is a phenomenon that bypasses the individual self or ego. The capacity to finesse genius can be learned.
Capacity to finesse. Not be aggressive. Finesse. Yeah, man.
You can't own it. You can finesse it.
Finesse it, baby.
Though often only through painful surrender.
Painful surrender. Stop trying to control shit and let shit flow, man.
Ooh, I remember that feeling. I still go through it. Surrender. When the phoenix of genius arises out of the ashes of despair after a fruitless struggle with the unsolvable.
Ooh, do that, please. Y'all ever heard that before? The phoenix of genius? You never heard that before, did you? The phoenix of genius. Oh my goodness. Vocabulary word. Please read that again, please.
The capacity to finesse genius can be learned. Though often only through painful surrender, when the phoenix of genius arises out of the ashes of despair after a fruitless struggle with the unsolvable.
Fruitless. You're not bearing nothing.
Fruit.
You're fruitless.
You're like, okay. All right.
And you tired. You have nothing to show for a fruitless vine. Y'all gonna starve, I'm telling you. You fruitless, brother. You got no fruit.
Nothing to show for.
But despair. You fruitless, bro.
Wow.
You fruitless, man.
This is
like
sick. This is dope right here.
Wow.
It's poetic. You got bars.
I remember.
Oh,
getting a flashback.
Continue, right. Let it go, baby. Breathe. Let that shit flow, baby. Next.
Out of defeat comes victory. Out of failure, success, and out of humbling, true self-esteem.
You heard that? Out of humbling. Accept the things I cannot change. Humble yourself, Reed. I need to transform. I need to add something different. changing, you're not gonna work. You gotta transform. You need to jump to a higher frequency. You just said the last chapter. Anything you want to add to that, Pete?
Nah, everything's there. Because I was like, I'm rocking with it. Out of humble and true self-esteem, I think that's beautiful. Right? I think sometimes we feel like we need that's what pride is. You feel like you need something to stand on.
That's low vibration. You want to hear earlier, pride, like, we want to be above 200. Pride, like, what, 75?
I think
foolish pride, like they, it's a chart, right? So your book, Pete, if you go to, because the chart shows on each energy has a particular level that it vibrates on.
319.
319.
I love how we just digging in this.
319. Oh, this one right here too. Then.
What's that? What page is that?
That's the thing I didn't think. 890.
No, yeah, the track have it twice.
You see on 319? Come on. That probably pop off food. Come in. Oh, that's somebody. Go ahead, keep going. You see it?
Yeah, let me see what that.
You see level of pride? What number is that? Oh, no problem, man. I'm coming, my brother.
Pride is 175. Yeah. But pride is right after pride. You can hop up to courage.
Courage, and then with courage, you can go either way. You can go up or down.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to be above 200, and pride is 175.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
So that was called foolish pride. So it's showing you what energy level you holding on when you're on that. So we want to be above 200. You know what I'm saying? When we realize you got anger, aggression, all them too low, and when you too low, now I'm on the lower rhythm. It's not right or wrong, but show me where I'm on energetic level. So I'm gonna be able to jump to a higher pattern just to get there. So that chart kind of helps take the energy out of you and be able to let you see it outside of you. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Next chapter, please. I got my chapter labeled. I can call like chapter 8.
Oh, okay.
What chapter you on? I mean, what page? Okay, next one. You actually on 10.
Okay. One of the problems.
Pete, you want to read?
You just read. Someone read?
You just read, right?
Yeah, I can read.
Okay.
One of the problems in attempting to understand genius is that it takes near genius to recognize it.
Do that again, please.
One of the problems in attempting to understand genius, freed me a little bit, is that it takes near genius to recognize it. The world frequently fails to identify genius altogether. Society often gives a claim to the work of genius without noting the intrinsic genius of its creation. Wow.
Can you pause that for a second? Let that soak in. Just let that soak in for a second. In order to recognize genius, you need to be near genius. You need to be near genius to recognize the genius. I need to be near you to recognize you. If I'm far away, I can't recognize that. I need to be near genius to recognize genius. Like, damn, I see the same thing you. Why? Because I allowed myself to get out my fucking way.
Wow.
To see you.
Yeah.
Let me get out the fucking way. That's ego.
Wow.
That's pride, my foolish pride, So now out the way, I can see the essence of what you are outside this mask or costume. So I see the depth, I see the core of you, not the representation of you. Yeah. You're just something playing out in the drama we call life, the matrix, to learn on your higher self. But if I get attached to it, I can't see the higher you. Impossible.
But I also took it as like near genius, like being near the essence of genius as well. Like also it could be physical person, but you have to first even get yourself close enough to the well.
Yes.
The well is the genius.
Yes.
You don't even, you're in the desert. You got to get closer to the well. Oh, now I can kind of understand. They're saying there's water down here.
Facts.
I feel that.
You got to become thirsty.
Yeah.
To go through
right.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Where I was reading. The world frequently fails to identify genius altogether. Society often gives a claim to the work of genius without noting the intrinsic genius of its creation. Until one acknowledges the genius within oneself, one will have great difficulty recognizing it in others.
Read that one more time, brother.
Until one acknowledges the genius within oneself, one will have great difficulty recognizing it in others. We can only see without that which we realize within. We can only see without that which we realize within. We can only see without that which we realize within.
Right. Say that one more time.
We can only see without that which we realize within.
I got to realize it within to see it without. I have to realize it because it's universal. Anybody can have it, but I got to realize it within me to show. It's not like I got to gain it. I have to realize it. That means already it's laying dormant. So what I have to do to activate the undormant? Realize it. I gotta become aware of it, not conscious. Okay, I can be conscious, but not aware. You're conscious right now. You're talking to me, but you're not aware of what's dormant. Once you become aware of it, and increase your cognitive jump to a higher level because of your awareness.
Yeah, I'll say that real quick. That stuck with me because I think as an artist and just as a person in the past, I had definitely patterns of comparison. So I would compare almost like think that my genius had to look a certain type of way in connection to this, you know. But like everyone's genius is unique. The way you genius is gonna look completely different, just the same way a rose looks different from an orchid, but it's still genius. Like it's still beauty on high levels. So it's like it can't be compared. So I'm seeing this. It just spoke to me as genius cannot be compared.
Because genius, what's the definition of genius again? Is getting in a download from source, waiting for the information, right?
The genius is by definition a style of consciousness characterized by the ability to access higher energy attractor patterns. Right down red behind you.
Genius by definition of style.
So we definitely gonna read it and see it, but showing you like what it is by actually definition. Different characteristics, and almost called it bipolar too. But they have extreme polar opposites. So a genius can be labeled by mistake bipolar, but he's a genius.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So that relate to me. Yeah. So we gonna get into it. That's what I'm saying. I read the chat, like, boy, this is like what? There's so many genius walk around not knowing it. Like,
no, for real.
Wow, really.
Until one acknowledges the genius within oneself, one will have great difficulty recognizing it in others. We can only see without that which we realize within. In recent times, for example, Mikhail Gorbachev has been the subject of enormous worldwide attention, but the world did not really acknowledge his intrinsic genius. Single-handedly, in only a few short years, he completely revolutionized one of the greatest empires on earth, and his only sources of power were his inspiration and vision.
Wow.
Had the communist regime been based on power, nothing could have overturned it because it was based on force. It was destined to come to an end under the hand of a charismatic leader aligned with power. That's interesting.
Power versus force. So are you using power? Are you using force?
So even people who are moving in force can have genius. Is that what it's saying? Am I missing
something? Say it again.
I'm saying even people who are moving in force can access genius.
Yes, everyone.
Yeah, everyone can. But you want to better maintain that what he said. If somebody, if it better came in power and not force, he would have been overthrown. But he came in force. So when somebody come in power, the higher frequency gonna win every time.
So he had a spurt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a guy. It wasn't an ocean. It wasn't a geyser. You feel me? It was just like a.
That was like a dynasty. Dynasty from here to here because it's based on force.
Gotcha.
But a power like Ethiopia, they live off of power. That's why they still thriving. Yeah. Egypt, force. That's why they going in desolate. That's why we gotta look on the fucking walls. Wow. That's the reason why. Wow. Egypt ain't here.
You can't do but so much by yourself.
Right.
But you get in that connection from source, and
you still living. That's why they over there in Egypt they talking to the walls. In Ethiopia, the people still living. They don't want to go over there because it's still living. It's gonna wake you up. Their job is to put you to sleep. That's why they gave us the mystery God. That's why we can't find him. That's why we know so much about the devil and nothing about God. Because they know that God is you. So if I show you, so now you're gonna wake up. So now why would you go to school? Why would you work for them? Why would you do this? Why would you do that? You're freeing your mind. Free yourself. Let there be light. Boing! Whoa! I'm at 1,000 now. Wow! I am the person now. I can magnetize. I'm not chasing nothing. The pursuit is a joke. If I'm pursuing you, that means you're running from me. I'm attracting you. We want to come one. We don't want to separate. This kind of helps us. Got that crab in the bucket and become that network. Like the honeycomb, baby. That hexagon. Yeah. Sing in to play your part. Yeah. You were finished reading, Pete? Because we got so much juice going on. Yeah. Your turn, please.
Okay. Genius is one of the greatest untapped resources of our society.
Oh, please.
It is no more specific than it is personal. People of great gifts not infrequently have multiple talents. A genius may be a genius in different realms and might have answers to a diversity of problems. Society suffers a great loss because it does not know how to nurture its geniuses. They do not actually cost much to maintain. The source of genius is impersonal, and true genius is seldom interested in money or fame. But society, in fact, is often either indifferent or hostile to geniuses. Keon?
Please.
The lifestyle of those whom we term genius is typically simple. Genius is characterized by an appreciation for resources and the economy of ingenuity because the genius values life and sees the intrinsic world of all its expressions.
Can we read it again, please?
Genius is characterized by an appreciation for resources and the economy of ingenuity because the genius values life and sees the intrinsic worth of all its expressions.
All its expression. You heard that? Yes. Please continue.
Inasmuch as time and resources are precious, doing more than is necessary is viewed as a waste. Therefore, people of genius often lead very quiet lives and only reluctantly sally forth when there is a cause that must be supported. There is no need to get when you already have.
We gotta pause right there.
Do it again, right? Right. Right. I said that to you a couple times today. You know where I got it from. You ain't got to get it if you already got it. Like, you already got it. It's the illusion that you got to get it. Now has you chasing something that's you already got. Once you got it, you just sit there and be like, oh, okay. Like, I got it. So I ain't got to go get it. So now you walk different because I got it. I got it. That make, well, whatever, something. All living things. You gonna murder that on camera? You finna be a witness? Oh, you finna kill it? You finna murder on camera? You finna just murder it?
It don't want to get off the book.
You Mother Nature.
It's attracted to you.
Yeah, that frequency.
I know, it's bringing you good energy.
I know. How can we Mother Nature and you like that with bugs? Mother shall die. The breasted one. 313 from the Melchizedek priesthood.
Okay, try not to kill it on the back. Okay.
You gonna heal it now? Okay. Bring it back.
All right. It's in as much as time and resources are precious, doing more than it is necessary is viewed as a waste. Therefore, people of genius often lead very quiet lives and only reluctantly sally forth when there is a cause that must be supported. There is no need to get when you already have. Genius because it is in touch with an endless source of supply.
Get underline that, huh? Genius is in touch with an endless source of supply. That's called abundance. I'm in touch with an endless source of supply. What y'all call that? It's a pen right here, Pete. Right here in this box right here. Oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, I got all colors in.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so you need something.
Endless source of supply.
Says, read, I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
Please start just that sentence, what they said.
Genius. Genius. Because it is in touch with an endless source of supply. Experiences only a minimum of need. Such simplicity seems a common characteristic of true success in general. The basis of this non-materiality, this seeming naivety is a radical understanding of the nature of the universe itself. That which supports life is supported by life. Survival is thus effortless, and giving and receiving are one and the same thing. Genius is notoriously interpreted as unconventionality or eccentricity.
Oh, read it again, please. So listen to this, y'all. They're subscribing, y'all. Listen.
Genius is notoriously interpreted as unconventionality or eccentricity.
You intrinsic. Yes. What they call it?
Eclectic
almost. There it is. Thank you. Abbreviation.
Yeah. It is true that persons of genius, because of their enlightenment with high energy attractors, have a different perspective on life.
Well, where we at again, please? Because they calling y'all weird. You're a genius. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Listen to this now.
It is true that persons of genius, because of their enlightenment with high energy attractors, have a different perspective on life.
Divergent. Stop trying to blend in. Be
Right.
yourself.
That movie boy.
Yeah.
Therefore, things have a different significance for them. The genius is frequently inspired to intense activity by insights beyond our understanding.
Yeah, I feel this.
Say that again, please. Read that last sentence again,
The
please.
genius is frequently inspired to intense activity by insights beyond our understanding.
Just let that marinate for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So that mundane shit that y'all be talking about, you wonder why I be pissed off? I'm in other vortexes, dealing with other entities, and you talking about what? COVID? What? Gas prices? Get the fuck out my face. I'm doing universal shit. You talking about this worldly shit, man.
I'm in the cosmos.
Yeah, man, this materialist gas, nigga. Lucky bitch. Fuck out my face, man. I'm doing shit here. I'm saving your black ass. You ain't fucking with me. Leave me the fuck alone. Let me work. You want that job you got? Let me do my motherfucking job so you do that. Don't go to you get your goddamn job. Let me do my job. Then have your 9 to 5 job. All right, 9 to 5. Lucky bitch, you. And lucky is a low vibration. Yeah. When you gifted, see people, you lucky. Mm-hmm. No, you gifted.
Oh wow.
You calling me lucky is a low vibration. Yeah. That's chapter 9. The human attitude. Mm-hmm. Wow. So it's showing lower adjectives and higher adjective. Yeah. If I'm aware, it's higher adjective. But if I'm preoccupied, I can't be aware. Right. You preoccupied, so I can't be aware. So it's showing you the human the attitude, where your attitude come from. Wow. Yes.
Patterns.
Low 200, above 200.
I love that because I used to be a person like but I've perceived as I move on.
It's almost they cursing you, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, bitch, I ain't lucky. You lucky. You're very lucky, bitch. Hey, it's basically they putting a curse on you. You don't realize it. They cursing you. I'm not lucky. I'm gifted. I had my accident. It didn't. Divinity made it happen.
Wow.
So accident, how you?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Where you get that from? That's lower vibration.
So nothing is luck.
When the ego is so low, it can't fathom something so high. So act like I didn't see it. No, I got a reason with it. And reason stops you from being joyful because I got to make it like a math equation. You reasoning with it. Yeah, reasoning with it.
You breaking structure.
Yeah.
You breaking structure.
Yeah, that mental paradigm.
Yeah.
The ego system only goes so high. When it can't go that high, like, no, that can't happen. Oh, so now I'm a reason with it to make it make sense in my mind because my vibration too low to accept what has happened. That makes sense to you?
Yeah.
You're like, no, that couldn't happen. No, that could have been maybe the wind was blowing and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, wait. I've done it. Reason against the blessings. Like, oh, nah, this can't be for me. This person don't really mean they talking to me. Like, low self-esteem, this and that. And you reason your way out of, you think your way out of who you actually are.
Because what you said, low self-esteem. You said what low at? Below high. I want to have high self-esteem. Like, another mental issue is having too high self-esteem. That's another mental issue too. So understand that we want to be that middle line, that center. So now I want to be like where the balance is. I want to be in the middle.
You don't feel like you at the top or the bottom because
I just am.
Exactly.
I just am. Yeah, I'm just am because I have to be top and bottom to live. If I flatline, I'm dead. I'm both. I need the high and low for the beat. I gotta be. If I'm flatline, I gotta have both. That's the rhythm. Yeah. We're a rhythm.
Yeah. Wow.
Take your low away and see what happens. You just stay high. Yeah, you gonna overload. You too low. Yeah. It had to be a beep, beep. It has to be a flow. Life is a flow. Everything, bro. Everything is a frequency. Inside you is a frequency with water, so it resonates on that. So if I have a low frequency, my water becomes dense. Now I got clogged arteries, so much cholesterol on my walls. I gotta free it through. Knowing yourself frees your channel, what we call chakras. You feel what I'm saying? So when we clear that, it's naked. Like, damn, like I see myself. Like, what the fuck I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm feeling like a lotus flower. I'm opening up to the core of myself. Yeah, to the core of yourself. I done went to cholesterol with the you talk about chakras. What chapter we on now? Cause this getting so juicy. This thing getting moist, boy. I don't know about y'all. But I love this right here,
The
boy.
last sentence on page 221.
Okay. 221 last sentence.
Genius is not started.
Genius is not stardom. Those of genius who attain prominence are a very small minority. Their
Read that again. You looking over here? Read that again.
genius is not stardom. Those of genius who attain prominence. Look at my page number.
What number? 222, huh? Y'all pay attention to them numbers. Makes sense.
Prominence are a very small minority. There remains a legion of geniuses who achieve no such status. Many appear in no way noteworthy and may, in fact, have never have had formal higher education.
Read that again, please. Oh.
There remains a legion of geniuses who achieve no such status. Many appear in no way noteworthy and may, in fact, have never had formal higher education.
Man, let me pause you. That higher education takes you from your genius. The more educated you are, the less you know of yourself. Unless you have an establishment that's going to teach you about yourself. The higher your degree, the farther you away from who the fuck you really are. All right? They bleaching your ass. You come out of Caucasus Mountain, you're going to be an unhuman. Okay, continue.
Not lying.
I'm just saying.
What characterizes this type is the capacity to utilize exhaustively what experience they have and to capitalize on it by the dedication necessary to reach a high degree of mastery.
Do I got to ask you to read that again?
So, what characterizes this type is the capacity to utilize exhaustively what experience they have and to capitalize on it by the dedication necessary to reach a high degree of mastery.
Paul, you heard how in depth that was? What you got to do to maintain that mastery in your field? By what? Your experience. Your experience makes you a master. And this ain't about going to school. This ain't no PhD, baby. You ain't learning what somebody wrote in a book. You learn from your chakras, your wisdom, your crown chakra, your throat chakra, your solar plexus, your feeling. You heard the inspiration is from the inside, not outside. Look within, baby. Change come from the inside. Hey, man. Are you feeling a little geniusy over there? You got geniusism in you right now? Oh, continue, please.
Right.
You fight reading, Pete? You finished that paragraph?
That's the book, sure. Huh?
What'd you say?
Dripping genius.
Oh. Speaking around the board, please. Dripping genius.
I got you.
Yeah, that the board. That's what, man.
Many productive geniuses are not recognized.
Productive. Church, he said. Productive. It's small words that get my mind. A productive genius. Stop all that rationalizing way out there. If I could float, no, make it productive. That's all I'm saying. Show a nigga how to float. Stop talking about it. Go ahead.
Many productive geniuses are not recognized until years after their death. In fact, the gift or curse of genius often brings about unfortunate consequences during an individual's earthly lifetime.
Earthly lifetime. It's a gift and a curse. You heard that? It's a gift. It was a curse for me because I was rejecting it. That's why I was so depressed. Now it's a gift for me because I'm not depressing it. I am allowing it to express itself through me as me being awareness, expressing myself as human consciousness in this body right here. Yeah, that's what it is. Awareness.
Facts. I am.
Right.
One characteristic of genius is the capacity for great intensity, which is often expressed in a cyclic form. When inspired, the person of genius may work 20 hours a day to realize a solution while it is still fresh in mind. These periods of intense activity are interspersed with intervals of apparent stasis that are in actuality intervals of fermentation, a necessary part of the creative process.
Pause again.
That was deep. That was a lot.
This pausing, that's saying, listen. Hmm. Every man need a rest. The greater the man, the greater the rest. They allow it to ferment. Ferment means allow it to sit and come and connect together. Let it ferment to be. Let it ferment. What I mean, sit your ass still. It takes time to ferment. It takes sitting and being close with to ferment to get really what you want. Are you giving your spirit enough time to ferment with the source to gather that? Or are you letting it ferment in 2 days instead of supposed to be 14 months? Like how you ferment? How are you allowing yourself to ease down, let yourself be poured into the new self? Or you trying to change yourself or actually become transformed? Because remember, it takes self mastery and uncomfortableness to become this. Because I already in you, but now I gotta come out that old belief system to come into a new knowing system.
You wake yourself out of the paradigm.
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
I say you wake yourself out of the paradigm. That connected with me when you just said that is like I feel right now as well in my life. I'm like I'm consciously growing out. I went through a portion of unconscious to subconscious. Now I'm consciously moving out because I've seen the patterns enough times where now it's like, okay, we can get out of this little maze. We can change all the patterns and gears and just fly out. But now it's a conscious effort. So I definitely feel that. Wake yourself into a new paradigm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Create positive.
Therefore, the personality of the genius sometimes seems to incorporate polar extremes.
Ooh. Ooh. Say it again.
Yeah.
Bipolar.
Therefore,
Bipolar. I'm gonna let her finish. Go ahead.
therefore, the personality of the genius sometimes seems to incorporate polar extremes.
You hear that? Polar extreme mean one moment you're here, next moment you that. Name a motherfucker who not like that. Let me give you an example. Say if you go into the corner store, you come back out, someone scratched your car. You was happy, now you're upset. So that mean you bipolar? That mean I have one extreme to the next. Who doesn't go through that? So we believe you're bipolar, something wrong with you, you gotta make something right with you. There's nothing wrong. You just allow yourself to express how I felt at that moment and go back to it. So that takes Jesus to recognize I'm not bipolar. I got a reason why I felt that way. That's laws of my heart. Have a up. I know why I'm mad. I ain't just feel I'll be pissed off, cause motherfucker scratched my car. I got a right to feel that way. Not, oh, something wrong with me. No. If somebody scratched my car, I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Now you're more higher on the conscious scale because on the car, it's on the scratch. We're not gonna handle it as so materialistic. You feel what I'm saying? Because now we're gonna higher energy planet. Because now I gotta invest a lower vibration to express that. I don't want to do that. That's a bad investment. There was Bitcoin, my money. I want to invest in stock that's dropping. And the emotion that's dropping is a bad stock. Why would I invest my energy in that? Makes no sense. You good, Pete? Something you want to say?
Oh no, I'm just absorbing that.
Okay. Yeah.
Geniuses understand the need for creating a space for ideas to crystallize. The stage is often set by complete distraction. Creativity occurs under appropriate inner, not outer circumstances.
Read that again.
Creativity occurs under
go back again. Genius
the stage.
To create a space.
Geniuses
yes.
understand the need for creating a space for ideas to crystallize.
Pause. If you think you really need a space for stuff to crystallize so people ain't fucking with you and calling your name. If I put an ice tray in the freezer, right? If I keep moving out every 15 minutes, can it freeze and crystallize? Have to be left in the space to do that same thing with us.
Wow. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. You gotta have that space to crystallize, brother. You can't keep fucking with an ice tray. Stop fucking with an ice tray. Ain't gonna crystallize. Just that simple. You got a space to crystallize. We got to have the same space to crystallize too. I'm gonna not come in the freezer. Don't disturb me till I crystallize.
Bro,
you feel me?
Everything.
Yeah, right, man. Whoa. Yeah.
I'm taking this off.
That boy done heat up. You gonna liquefy.
No, I need to.
Yeah.
I want the full absorption. You just want to get it all.
Your power, man. Once you get your power back, you move different. You walk different. Motherfucker, don't feel like you floating after a while because you clearing your chakras, which are your energy port. your chakra majors, and your chakra
Minor.
minors. Yes, free flowing. And right now, what we're doing is we're changing the energy right here amongst ourselves. So actually, healing is going on right now by freeing ourselves on lower vibrations and making ourselves more accessible for what? Higher vibrations. Ain't no middle. Ain't no middle motherfucking ground. Either you high or low, and ain't no medium. Either you high or low. Ain't no gap. No. That was the end of that chapter. Next chapter, please.
Oh no no no.
Oh, you finished. Oh, my bad. I got too excited. Way too excited.
The stage is often set by complete distraction. Creativity occurs under appropriate inner, not outer circumstances. We all know stories of people who have gotten the answers to complex problems while sitting in traffic on the freeway. A primary, a primary reason that so many people fail to recognize and therefore empower their own genius is because in the popular mind, genius is confused with a high IQ. This is a gross misunderstanding.
We'll read that again, please.
Damn. And therefore, okay, a primary reason that so many people fail to recognize and therefore empower their own genius is because in the popular mind, genius is confused with a high IQ. This is a gross misunderstanding. It
Gross.
Would be
gross means large. That's what it means. Gross. Large. I misunderstand it.
It would be more helpful to see genius as simply an extraordinarily high degree of savvy in a given area of human activity.
Whoa, please read it. Read that again so people hear that. I don't think they heard you.
It would be more helpful to see genius as simply an extraordinarily high degree of savvy in a given area of human activity.
Savvy. Wow.
Keep going?
Yes, please.
The misconception about IQ has risen from the fact that many celebrated geniuses in the fields of mathematics and physics indeed did have high IQs. However, in those fields, the IQ necessary to comprehend the work is prerequisite. Mm. There are droves of non-cerebral artistic geniuses, musical geniuses, designers, and inventors, geniuses in many fields whose talent is that of innovative creativity within specific areas. Let me read that again. There are droves of non cerebral artistic geniuses, musical geniuses, designers, and inventors, geniuses in many fields whose talent is that of innovative creativity within specified areas. Let us remember that IQ is merely a measure of academic capacity for logical comprehending symbols and words.
Read that again so they understand what IQ please.
It made it seem so dumb.
Right, duh.
Let us remember that IQ is merely a measure of academic capacity for logically comprehending symbols and words. The values that one lives by are more definitive of genius than IQ.
Do that again, please. What they live by.
The values that one lives by are more definitive of genius than IQ. From our studies, it appears that the alignment of one's goals and values with high energy attractors is more closely associated with genius than anything else. Genius can be more accurately identified by perseverance, courage, concentration, enormous drive, and absolute integrity.
Can you read again, please?
Genius can be more accurately identified by perseverance, courage, concentration, enormous drive, and absolute integrity. Talent alone is not enough. Dedication of an unusual degree is required to achieve mastery. And in the simplest definition, one could say that genius is the capacity for an extraordinary degree of mastery in one's calling.
Read that last sentence again, please.
Listen, dedication of an unusual degree is required to achieve mastery, and in the simplest definition, one could say that genius is the capacity for an extraordinary degree of mastery in one's calling.
Of mastery in your calling.
Right.
In your calling.
Talk to me.
In your calling. You get that in your calling.
Right.
Like, what's your calling? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to master in your calling, so why not? Like, why try to do something different? You got to agree in your calling. The Spirit trying to use you for that, but somebody say you be good in that. No, what would you think you would be good in for your calling and master that? When you do that, it's your experiences. It ain't about going to school. So now we're debunking what a genius truly is. Not based on IQ. Somebody got a high IQ don't mean you're a genius. I mean you can recall information and spit it back out. But a genius, I can connect to higher patterns that you don't have access to. So that makes me a higher vibration you just because of my source. I got an endless source. You got so well, let me see what the book say. Let me sit still. Or my ancestors say that sounds different. Now the book, who's your author? How long he been here? I got an endless source of people. Who I'm gonna go for? My solar plex will give my direct ancestors, or what you read from probably from Western society on a lower vibration. Which one I'm gonna vibe with? Mm-mm. Even your phone, you put the phone charge that's too low, your phone says no. That phone charger got power too low to charge me. I need a better phone cord. The phone said what we want. Same thing. Same thing, bro. Same thing. Same thing, man. You was finished? Okay.
A formula followed by all geniuses, prominent or not, is do what you like to do best, and do it to the very best of your ability.
Listen, she said the formula of genius: do what you like and do it at your very best. That's a simple formula. Do what you like and do it at your best. That's the formula of genius. Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever heard that before? You never heard that before. Do what you like and do your best. Do what you like and do your best. That's the genius. That's all required. That's it. So you trying to tell me you ain't got time to sit on this to sit and be poured into a couple times a day? Yeah, we have to, man. And right now to even help you, we getting ready to start having actual yoga parties where we come in and help meditation parties. Yeah, you meditate. I apologize. I don't do yoga. Meditation parties where we actually come in have mask, but we take the mask off because a lot of times the ego hides behind the mask. So showing you how to meditate, try not to actually stop your mind, but actually understanding the mind to transcend the mind. Remember, the mind is so much older than you. It's a receptor system that receives things. So I'm showing you how to tap in and rewire to refire your brain to attract higher energy patterns. So now you can feel better and float on. And you can be super high. I ain't talking about smoking or snorting. I'm talking about connecting the higher energy patterns in your life that has an abundance of supplies that wait for you to connect. So what's stopping you?
Getting so high off the frequencies, just breathing.
Facts.
And it's natural. It's a natural high. It's a natural high.
The divinity is breath. Yeah, because without breath you can't survive. The breath was breathing into us. So if you understand, you're breathing. I'm in communion with God the way I breathe. It's my breathing. I'm in communion when I'm breathing. Now, if you breathe in and hold your breath, that's death. You're accepting death. So now when you hold your breath and you exhale and inhale, you're appreciating a new outcome there because I didn't have it just now. So everybody, we gonna introduce ourselves to death because when we fear death, we can't live. So everybody, we gonna take a nice deep breath in your nose and just hold it as long as you can. And when you feel ready to let it go and breathe, let it go and breathe. And start appreciative of you all of having that air back in your nostril system, in your breathing system. Start appreciative of y'all just to breathe. When you take that breath, breathing nice and slow and just appreciate it. Be grateful for it. Remember how you felt when you didn't have that breath in that body. How that body kind of start to panic and start talking to you. That's your roommate. That's the person within that stops you from meditating the proper way because it's talking to you, having you preoccupied, stopping you being aware. Transcend that preoccupation and become aware of what's going on. So you want to learn how to meditate? We definitely will be meeting here in the mornings to just come together. Like people have exercise groups, they have a walking group. We want to start a meditation party where we come together like a mosque almost. We meet, we greet. You know, we got smoothie, we got juice, we got the right energy. Then we see you on your way. A spiritual lounge where you come get your vibration tap in. Unplug to replug, man. We got the space. We here. Namaste Thug Wedding Resort. It's not coaching Namaste Thug. So I'm calling all entrepreneurs, all healers. I got the property. It's time to build. Wow. It's time to grow. It's time to flow. When we on 1,000, I give my life away to show you how to walk this spiritual walk. I ain't talking it. I'm walking it. And nobody thinks super spiritual. Let's sit down and have a conversation and we see how much we got in common. We all equal, baby. Once you see it, it's easy to be it. But if you can't see it, there's no fucking way you can be it. Recognize your own genius, man. When you recognizing you, stop pointing at other people. That's gonna help you be comfortable with you and help you be comfortable within yourself. Because you thought you wasn't shit. You thought you weren't deserving. You grieving from abandonment. You grieving from lack. All that shit, man. Let that shit go. That ain't you, man. That's an illusion. That's robbing you. Recognize me. You got it. Trust me. Only lack you got is lack of self confidence. And once you get that and empower yourself by doing what we're doing, reading, admitting where I fuck up, not trying to be perfect. 'Cause remember, what am I looking for? Utopia is based on your idea of perfection. Utopia is built on your idea of perfection. So build your utopia inwardly. Inwardly built in, it's gonna shine without. Y'all something you wanna say, Pete? Y'all, anybody?
I just want to say I'm thankful.
Me too.
Yeah, we do.
Most definitely.
Okay.
I'm thankful. I'm grateful for life. I'm thankful for healing. I'm thankful for moving past old, outdated,
Unexpired, man.
expired things that no longer serve me. Letting those things go for real, for real. Because sometimes you still be holding on to them, but sometimes you just gotta let it fall off. You just take it out, shake it off. I'm thankful for my life. I'm thankful for reconnection. I'm thankful for my birth mother. I'm thankful for my mother. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for life in general. Feel like I'm blessed that I've been able to have these experiences continue to grow. And I actually feel trust now. I'm starting to feel more trust in my life. Like I'm not. I don't feel fear. Like that's like like it makes me want to cry. Like I feel like I am finally I'm finally comfortable. And it's like, dang, like I can sit here and honestly say that I feel like a tree. I feel rooted. I feel grounded. I feel comfortable. I feel like nothing's wrong with me. And I'm trusting that more. And I just want to say thank you because that's something that until now I've not had that experience. Honestly, I have not had that experience. I truly feel like grounded. I feel okay just as I am, and that's a blessing.
Yes, it is.
It's a blessing. So thank God. I'm grateful for all of this. Grateful for the space.
And thank yourself.
Thank you.
Namaste, brother. Definitely, man. Definitely, man. This is what we here for, man. Yeah. We here for the healing, man.
Expansion.
Yeah,
growth,
definitely.
connection, love, oneness, peace, wholeness, truth. I say it.
So big.
So it is.
It's already, hey, you ain't gotta go get what you already got, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, straight up, just activate it.
Yeah, everything we need.
Say hello.
Right.
Here, right? We just like I'm saying that shit. Spirits like, hey. We chilling, we vibing.
Hey, we here, man. Come join in. We got space, man. I keep showing where we at. We outside, man. That's where we at. Outside off. Where else? We talk about universe. outside in the universe. Ain't no roof on this thing. I'm gonna show you up top.
Top, we
Oh,
got a
let me
roof
show you
in
up
the
top.
balcony.
Okay.
We got the moon, and it's trying to talk to me. Talk to me about the spirit, cosmos, and everything. It's saying
Okay.
we blessed. It's saying that we everything. See, the universe gave me a new diamond ring. I'm saying I'm in. I'm here. I'm killing. It's some selenite. I'm feeling right. I'm with my dogs and we about to take flight. I mean, I'm with my dogs because we ain't dogs no more. We flying, we getting so high as smoke. Yeah, that's the prana. Ask about your mama. She been healing with the cosmos.
Right.
Hey, that's Yada. Namaste, thug. Shoot her under God, giving love hugs.
Love hugs. Straight up.
Straight up. That's what we
Love
rocking on.
hugs, man.
Ooh.
Love hugs, man. Write that down,
I got
please.
you. I got you.
Love hugs. Love hugs, man. We
Love
giving
hugs.
love hugs, man. With high vibration,
Dripping
man.
genius.
Yeah, with
love hugs.
hugs. Yeah.
Namaste thugs.
Mhm.
You are under God.
Mhm.
It is not what it was. 'Cause
Right.
We are right here, right now.
Right. We're
Yeah.
present.
And that's facts.
Jack. I can dig it, baby. That shit diggable, baby. Can you dig it?
Gotta hide in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it.
Pete, you were finished reading? Did you? I'm not sure.
No, that
We finished the whole thing.
No, not yet. When you finished that, you finished that page?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we vibing then.
Vibing.
Okay.
Vibing.
Man, I'll show you where I was at, man. I'm just grateful, man, to have an idea come out of my head and Yaya support, and then Pete was online a few minutes ago. Like Pete said, you're online. And if I know it, Pete was here.
Yeah, because you said leap.
Yeah,
I
man.
heard leap and I was like, bet.
Yeah, man. So
Leap.
it's time to heal, and you can come out of hiding. You ain't gotta do it by yourself. You have a community of people who trust and believe in you. Non-judgment. We ain't gonna judge you by your actions. I'm proud of. We're not gonna judge you without seeing your actions. And then when we do judge you, it's only to help raise your vibration. You feel me? Any closing words before we get out of here? Pete gave us a freestyle, and we got. Listen, man. The harmonics is based on music.
Mm-hmm.
Frequency is a music. It's a tone. Breathing is a tone. Your chakras is a frequency. Everything is based on frequency. So are you. Wavelengths. So what are you doing with your wavelengths that's throwing your? Do you have resistors on your line that's throwing your power off? Do you have obstacles on your line that's getting you power out of it that you can't resonate with the most high the way you're supposed to because you entertaining lower vibration, mundaneness. Stuff had nothing to do with your spiritual growth and spiritual enlightenment. I'm not saying you can't be concerned in the world, but like the Bible says, you can be in the world but not of the world. The world has so many ups and downs, so much drama, so much fear that throws you off. 1 minute the flu, next minute it's COVID, next minute it's gas pricing. Man, fuck all that shit, man. Be grateful that you can afford whatever the fuck the gas price is. And we do get COVID, you got over that shit. Show you how blessed you are. Fuck fear, man. Start dealing with love. You so comfortable in hell that you scared of at least come to heaven, man. Free your thoughts. Take that heal pill, man. Get a hug from a motherfucking thug and feel yourself, man. Yeah, man. Real talk, man. We dripping genius, bitch. I ain't bipolar. I'm a genius, bitch. You let them know, yeah, I ain't bipolar, bitch. I'm a genius. See what Cole said, bitch? Yeah. Yeah, think about it, man. See yourself so you can be yourself, man.
See yourself, be yourself.
Listen, man, Nike did such an unjust. They come out, just do it. Just doing it is so low vibration. We already got it, baby. Just be it. Let it flow through you. Be your ecliptic self. Your own path is yours. Man, you was put here to show the glory of God. You trying to fall in fucking line? Oh man, wake up, baby. A lost soul means you forgot your vibration was soaring. That's a lost soul. But once you wake up, soul's right there waiting with no judgment. You gotta get uncomfortable to become comfortable. With that being said, man, let them speak whatever guys speak. I don't say my piece, bro.
I'm just absorbing.
Okay. Anything you want to add, Pete, before we get out of here, man? No pressure, no rush.
We are healing. We're blessed. We're loved. You're loved. I tell you what, I'm telling myself now. It's just like You're loved. You're good. You're in a safe space. You got everything that you need. All that you need is inside of you right now. You don't have to look outside of yourself. Everything's within, and just trust. It seems scary, but it's not as scary as you think. It's like dipping your feet into the water. You're like, okay, okay, I can do it. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more, and then next thing you know, you floating, you flying, you on your back, you swimming, you riding your bike, just like that. It's just like that. So just continue to trust yourself, trust God. When I say God, I mean in the grandest sense, in the most basic sense. You don't think about your heart beating. You don't think every thought when you close your eyes, every time you blink, you don't think, will I see? You just see. It's faith. You have faith in that. But it's not guaranteed, but it's faith. So just trust that, love that, be that. Peace and love. Peter Lane Vision out here. With Namaste, healing.
Root chakra action, all that good work we just did, we gotta go on that root chakra. We got to. It's so much energy in our root chakra. It's the biggest chakra we have, and deal with too much fear, too much cleaning, so-called OCD. Like we need to recognize our behaviors and what's showing in our chakras. Yeah, just let it resonate, man. Let it lock in. Tap into that genius. Tap into that knowingness. Tap into that freeness. Tap into that geniusness. Take your inner child with you. Any trauma, any doubt, dissolve it. It's only an illusion. It feels real. I keep investing my thoughts in it. Become aware. And it's okay not to be okay. We got this. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. You're not the only one. Allow us to support you in your spiritual journey. Namaste, Thug, Big Nana, and the God Peter Lane. Until next Thursday, be that medium for awareness to use you to show the glory of the invisible energy that's beyond space and beyond time. And get the fuck out your mind. Namaste, Thug. Peace. We out. We out. One more turn. We out.
We out. Peace out. Peace out.
It's coming. Yeah, everybody last frame. Last frame.
Peace, last frame.
The rooster has come home to roost. Cock-a-doodle-doo, motherfucker. Namaste, Thug. What you want to say, Yaya? Peace.